Hey there, Marina Ormes here. Thanks for joining me. This is the Astro Vibe for Wednesday, February 1st. Today, the moon goes from Gemini into Cancer. So we've got about half the day, depending on your time zone, but about half the day with the moon in Gemini, and then the second half of the day with the moon in Cancer. And that transition from Gemini to Cancer is going from air to water, or from thinking and mental stuff to emotions and feeling stuff. So we have that transition. And one of the things that transition does is it helps us remember that we need to feel safe as we process the new information we've been gathering. So in the last couple of days, I've been talking about, well, we've had the moon in Gemini, and I've been sharing about how important it is when the moon is in Gemini to question our thinking, question our assumptions, have an open mind, question the explanations or the answers we're being given, to open to what might be going on behind the scenes, or if we access a deeper way of thinking about things. And so definitely check out the last couple of days of videos about Gemini and the Gemini moon. But what we're doing today is, as we shift from that energy of curiosity, of exploration, of seeking new information, new ideas, and kind of opening our mind to new ways of thinking about things and new possibilities, it can be a lot of input, right? It's a lot of information. It can be a lot for our nervous systems. We need time to process that and to decide what it means and what it means for us and what to make of it. And so beautifully, the Zodiac gives us the next phase, which is the moon going into Cancer. Cancer is the sign of caring, of nurturing. It's the sign of the mother. It is the sign of healing, especially in terms of emotional healing, emotional safety, and that healing that takes place when we feel safe. What do you do when you're super sick? You don't go stand out in the middle of the road and dance around. You curl up, you cozy up, you get a cup of tea and a hot water bottle, you go to bed, you lie on the couch, you get safe, you rest, right? And that is what supports us in healing. It's that coziness, it's that feeling of safety is really what it is. So that's why Cancer energy is connected with the home, with family. It's where we feel safest. It's where we, in the context of the family, it's where we know we'll be loved or accepted for who we are. Families can be complicated, so it's not a perfect system. But in general, families are the place where we're supposed to feel safe. We also have home, right? And that can also be complicated, but home is supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to be our place of retreat, of getting away from the elements, of, locking doors to what exists out there that we want to protect ourselves from. Not that you should always have a locked door, but but you get the idea, right? It's the idea of safety. It's the idea of having a barrier between you and what's going on in the outside world that sometimes we need to retreat from. Sometimes it's good stuff that's going on out there, and we just need a rest. We just need a break. So that's what Cancer energy is about. And following that Gemini energy of curiosity, of exploring and getting new information, of learning new things, we need that rest and digest process that Cancer can bring. So when the moon goes into Cancer, perfect time to think about what you need, slow down, take a break, take a rest, take care of yourself, and that helps you to process all the information you have been exposing yourself and your nervous system and your brain to. So also a great way to process, just to have that downtime to process the new things you've learned, integrate them. And then we are in the waxing balsamic phase of the moon. So the energy of building toward the full moon, it's about action. It's about growing, right? We're growing toward that culmination of the full moon. So if you've been working with me and setting intentions, this is about nurturing your intentions. So when the moon was in Gemini, we were getting new information, new insights that could bring about new ways of thinking that might support our intentions. Now we want to take care of ourselves because that's also important. So you can see how the Zodiac supports us in bringing all the elements that we need, the wholeness of who we are as human beings. It supports all dimensions of our wellness, and that is important when we're thinking about manifesting things that we want, things that bring meaning and to our lives, things that feel important to us. So sometimes to nurture the way that a bird sits on their eggs, sits on the nest, the way that a mother grows a baby in her womb, the energy of nurturing, of incubating. And so we can incubate our ideas, we can feed them with loving, safe vibes. We can take time for ourselves to rest, to have downtime, to process, to integrate, the rest and digest, just like our parasympathetic nervous system needs that time, that downtime to do its healing work. It also supports our manifestation and our highest potential that we are stepping into. So give that time and attention to your needs, to taking time to take care of yourself. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And let me know what you notice about that transition between Gemini and Cancer. If you can actually feel when it happens, or you can feel the way energy shifts when the moon goes into Cancer and people around you start to get a little more sensitive, or you start to feel more sensitive. So thanks again for being here. Marina Ormes at astrologyheals.com, where you can learn more about my books and working with me. And thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and for all of your support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.